6x plus 1 by 3 plus 1 is equal to x minus 3 by 6. When you have to solve such problems where you have an algebraic expression in the as a numerator and the denominator is number, same thing here. So you can solve such problems in two different ways. Let me show you the first way. One way is take the LCM of 3 and 6 because we want to get rid of this denominator number. So the LCM of 3 and 6 is what? 6. LCM of 3 and 6 is 6. Okay, so the LCM of 3 and 6 is 6. So you will do what you have to do is multiply the LHS and the RHS both by 6. So when you multiply both the sides, so this becomes 6, then 6x plus 1 by 3 plus 1. You can see here we have put this whole in a square bracket, and outside this square bracket is 6 because we have to multiply this complete side with 6, with the number 6. Then 6 is equal to x minus 3 minus by 6. Okay, so if you solve it, you get 6 times 6x plus 1 by 3 plus 1 times 6 is equal to 6 times x minus 3 by 6. This means this is the distributive property of multiplication over addition of numbers, right? Same thing what we have done here. So if you divide 6 by 3, you get what? 2 as the quotient. So this is 2 times, now this is 2 times 6x plus 1 complete plus 6. Sorry, here it should be 6. So 6 divided by 6, you get the quotient as 1. This is 1 times x minus 3, means x minus 3. Okay, then this is 2 times 6x plus 1, means 2 times 6x, that is 12x plus 2 plus 6 is equal to x minus 3. If you further solve it, you get 12x plus 8 is equal to x minus 3. If you transpose this x to the LHS, this becomes 12x minus x, and here you have minus 3, and this minus 8 plus 8 transport to the right hand side, this becomes minus 8. Here you have 11x is equal to minus 11, and if you solve it, you get x as minus 1. Why? Because we have to divide then both the LHS and the RHS by 11, so you will get minus 1. Why minus? Because we already have the minus sign here. Now if you want to cross check it, you can check, put minus 1 here. So if you put minus 1 here, you get 6 times minus 1 is minus 6. Minus 6 plus 1 is minus 5. So minus 5 by 3 plus 1. If you solve it, you get minus 5 plus 3, and this gives you minus 2 by 3. Put minus 1 here. So this is minus 1 minus 3 means minus 4 by 6. Put minus sign here. The highest common factor of 4 and 6 is 2, so 2 by 3. Yes, your answer is correct. Okay. Now let's solve this in the second way, using second way. This is 6x plus 1 by 3 plus 1 is equal to x minus 3 by 6. Now, whenever you have to solve such problems where you have an algebraic expression in the numerator and a number in the denominator, then what you have to do is simply think of it as a rational number. Think that this 6x plus 1 is think in your mind that it's p, and this is p by 3 plus 1 is equal to q by 6. In this way, you can visualize that this is actually a rational number, and we simply then have to add two rational numbers. Like this one is what actually 1 by 1. Now if you have to add these two rational numbers, then we have learned that thing. Let's do it here. So the point is, treat it as a rational number simply. This is 6x plus 1 by 3 plus 1 is equal to x minus 3 by 6. This 1 can be written as what? 1 by 1. The LCM of 3 and 1 is what? The LCM of 3 and 1 is 3. So when you take this LCM here, if we need the denominator as 3, it's already 3 here. So simply write 3. Then this is 6x plus 1 plus this becomes, in the denominator we have 3, and then this is 1 by 3 is equal to x minus 3 by 6. Now this becomes 3. 6x plus 1 plus 3 is equal to x minus 3 by 6. This is 6x plus 4 by 3 is equal to x minus 3 by 6. Now simply apply the concept of cross multiplication, that is, multiply these together and then multiply these together. So if you apply that method, you get 6 times 6x plus 4 is equal to 3 times x minus 3. This gives you 36x plus 24 is equal to 3x minus 3. This gives you 36x. If you transpose 3x to the left hand side, sorry, this is 36, 3x minus 9. I'm really sorry for this. This is 3x minus 9. If you transpose this 3x to the left hand side, this becomes 36x minus 3x is equal to minus 9, then minus 24. This gives you 33x is equal to minus 33, and this gives you x is equal to, you have to divide both the LHS and the RHS by 33 because we need only variable on one side. This is minus 33 divided by 33 means minus 1. So x is equal to minus 1, and you can see that we have the same result, whether you follow this first way or the second way. Now it depends on you what you want to use. For me, it has always been easy to follow this part. Simply treat it as a rational number and proceed on. Okay. Now in my further discussions, I'm always going to use this one because it's very simple and you don't have to think too much that by what you have to multiply and all. This is 5x minus 2x minus 7 is equal to 2 times 3x minus 1 plus 7 by 2. Okay, now let's solve this. This is 5x. If you open the bracket, this is minus 2x. Minus 2 multiplied with minus 7. Or simply think that you have 2 multiplied by 7, you will get 14. But minus is outside the bracket, inside is minus, so that becomes plus. So plus 14 is equal to 6x minus 2 plus 7 by 2. Okay. If we solve it, 5x minus 2x means 3x. Okay. Then 14 is equal to 6x. 6x. This is minus 2 plus 7 by 2. Okay. So what we have to do is, let me do it here. Like this is 6x minus 2 plus 7 by 2, or let me write it here only. This is 6x by 1 minus 2 by 1 plus 7 by 2. Now here, actually you are dealing, here you have to add two rational numbers and one you have to subtract, right? So that's really very easy. This is 3x plus 14 is equal to, the LCM of 1 and 2 will be 2 only, so this is 2. This becomes 2 times 6x means 12x minus 2 times 2 means 4, and this will be 7 only because it already has the denominator as 2. Okay, so if you further solve it, you get 3x plus 14 is equal to 12x, right? So write 12x. Now clearly you cannot subtract 12x from 4 because we have learned that in a polynomial, like this is a polynomial where you have 3 terms. In a polynomial, you only add or subtract like terms. So this is 12x. These two are actually what? These two are actually like terms because these are constants. So 7 minus 4 means what? 7 minus 4 is 3, or minus 4 plus 7 is actually what? 3. So plus 3, and this is divided by 2. Now you can think of this as by 1, it will not make any difference, right? Now the concept of cross multiplication, that is multiply these together and then multiply these together. If you solve it, you get 2 times 3x plus 14 is equal to 12x plus 3, and this gives you 6x plus 28 is equal to 12x plus 3. If you solve it, you get 6x. If we take this 6x and transpose it to the right hand side, and at the same time if we take plus 3 and transpose it to the left hand side, becomes 28 minus 3 is equal to 12x minus 6x. This gives you 25, and this gives you what? 6x, right? This gives you 6x. Now if you divide both the left hand side and the right hand side by 6, because we want only variable on the left hand side, so if you divide, this becomes 6x by 6 is equal to 25 by 6, and you get x is equal to, now this is 25 by 6, right? This is 25 by 6 because we don't have any highest common factor from 25 and 6. If you want to cross check it, you can simply put here, this is 5x, so 5 times 25 by 6 minus 2, 25 by 6 minus 7, and if you solve it, you get 125 by 6 minus 2, and here you get 25 minus 7 times 6, and this is 6. This is 125 by 6 minus 2. 25 minus 42 means 25 minus 42 is minus 17, so this becomes minus 17 by 6. If you further solve it, you get 125 by 6, and this is minus 2 times minus 17 by 6 means plus 34 by 6. If you further solve it, you get 125 plus 34 means that 129 and 159, so 159 by 6. Now let's put this value on the right hand side. So putting this value, you get 2 divided by 3 times 25 by 6 minus 1 plus 7 by 2. This gives you 2 times 3 times 25 is what? 75 by 6 minus 1 plus 7 by 2. and if you further solve it, you get 2. 75 minus 6 is what? 69. So this becomes 69 by 6 plus 7 by 2. And if you open this, you get 2 times 69 by 6, or we can simply write it 69 by 3 plus 7 by 2. Now you have to take the LCM of 3 and 2. You get what? You get 6. So this is 6 here. So you have to multiply 69 with 2 plus 7 times 3 and 6 here. Now I'm solving here. You get 2, 9, 18 and 138 by 6 plus 21 by 6. If you solve it, you get 159 by 6. So our answer is correct, right? So it's always good to cross-check your answer. It's a good habit. Now, let's move to this problem. Here you have 3t minus 2 by 4 minus 2t plus 3 by 3 is equal to 2 by 3 minus 3. Again, treat it as a rational number. So when you do this, you get, what's the LCM of 4 and 3? The LCM of 4 and 3 is 12. So if you want the denominator as 12, in this case, write 12. 12 divided by 4 gives you the quotient as 3. So this is 3 times 3t minus 2. Be very careful when you are taking the LCM and then multiplying the quotient with the numerator when you have expressions in the numerator. It's very, very important. If you want 12 here, write 12. 12 divided by 3 gives you 4 as a quotient. 2t plus 3 is equal to, this is what actually? T by 1. So the LCM of 1 and 3 gives you 3. It's already 3 here, so simply write 2 minus this becomes 3 times t by 3. Okay. Now this is 9t minus 6 by 12 minus 8t plus 12 by 12 is equal to 2 by 3 minus 3t by 3. This is, the LCM will be 12. We have to subtract this one. So this is 9t minus 6 minus 8t plus 12, right? Always put inside the bracket because here you have an expression which contains addition, right? So always put within the bracket because you have a minus sign here. This is 2 minus 3t by 3. Now if you solve it, you get 9t minus 6. If you open the bracket, this is minus 8t and minus 12 by 12. This gives you 2 minus 3t by 3. Okay. Now when you solve here, 9t minus 8t, because these are like terms, they both contain t. So this gives you t, and this is minus 6 minus 12, t minus 18 by 12 is equal to 2 minus 3t by 3. Cross multiplication. So you get 3 times t minus 18 is equal to 12 times 2 minus 3t. 3t minus 54 is equal to 24 minus 36t, and therefore you get, so if you transpose this minus 36t, since here we have minus 36t to the left hand side, this becomes 3t plus 36t is equal to, if you transpose at the same time minus 54 to the right hand side, this becomes 24 plus 54. This is 39t is equal to 58 and 78. And if you solve it, if you divide both the left hand side and the right hand side by 39, because we want to get rid of this number, so this is 39t by 39 means t is equal to 78 by 39, and the highest common factor of 78 and 39 is what? 39. If you divide 78 by 39, you get 2. So t is equal to 2. This is your answer. Be very careful with the negative sign. Very careful. Okay, so here I'm not cross-checking it because I have already explained you how we do this. So I leave this for you. You have to cross-check it. 0.254f minus 3 is equal to 0.05 10f minus 9. Now one way is, to straight multiply this decimal number with this 4 and so on and so forth here also. But in that case, you'll have to, add and subtract in terms of decimal numbers. It takes a lot of time and energy. The easier way is what? This is 0.25. I can write it as 25 divided by how many numbers do we have after, how many digits do we have after decimal point? 2. So simply write 100 here, right? Now this is 4f minus 3, and we have discussed all these things in our earlier videos. We have learned all these things. Same thing, this is decimal point. How many digits do we have after the decimal point? We have 2 digits. So simply write it as 05 means what? 5 divided by 100, and this is 10f minus 9. Right? Now this is actually what? 25 by 100 multiplied by 4f minus 3. So this can be written as 25 multiplied by 4f minus 3 by 100, and this is equal to 5 multiplied by 10f minus 9 divided by 100, right? If we multiply both the left hand side and the right hand side by 100, so if you multiply, so this becomes 25 times 4f minus 3 times 100 times, by 100 times 100 is equal to 5 times 10f minus 9 divided by 100 is equal times 100. So you get 25 times 4f minus 3 is equal to 5 times 10f minus 9. So this becomes 25 times 4f means what? 100f minus 25 times 3 means what? 75 is equal to 5 times 10f means what? 50f. 5 times 9 means what? 45. So if you transpose 50f to the left hand side, this becomes 100f minus 50f. This is equal to, now at the same time, if you transpose minus 75 to the right hand side, this becomes minus 45 plus 75. This gives you 50f is equal to 30, and if you solve it, you get, dividing both the left hand side and the right hand side by 50, because we want to get rid of this number and simply want the variable f on the left hand side. This becomes 30 by 50, and you get f is equal to 3 by 5. So this is your answer.